New at 6, more remains of the victims aboard Malaysia Airlines Flight 17 arrived in the Netherlands today. However, I want to actually tell you and show you what we know so far. Police were actually chasing a driver down Mechanicsville Turnpike when that driver actually jumped the curb trying to get away from police. You can see the skid marks from that chase right through the shopping complex. And now they are hosting a fundraiser along with big plans to honor her legacy. Now, Chelsea Rarick joins us to tell us more about this event. I want you to take a walk with me just for a moment so you can get an idea, a better idea of what they are using. If you look just beyond this fence, you can see these large trucks. New at 11, a man is found unresponsive inside a Hanover home earlier this morning, soon after he was pronounced dead. Not only are detectives trying to understand what happened, but his friends are also. But I can tell you this wind, folks, it is brutal. So don't even worry about doing your hair today. Forego putting on any false eyelashes. And I am one contact having Jerrita Patterson filling in for Reba.
How do you do that?
I know. Yeah. The Sykes say they are lucky these fallen trees managed to avoid crushing this nearly 500-gallon propane tank. Better Business Bureau is saying there is power, folks, in your delete button on your computer as scam artists, they are stooping to an all-time low. Traffic along Interstate 95 South, it is once again moving. We're talking about both the northbound and southbound lanes. And if you have outdoor plans like possibly tomorrow's Bacon Festival, things are looking up. Mike Goldberg is standing by the Weather Center to tell us if this gorgeous forecast is here to stay. If one person were to claim the $540 million jackpot, they would earn nearly $4,000 a minute. That comes out to $66 every second. The two victims that have been recovered, their bodies have been sent to the medical examiner's office for positive identification. You can bet as we learn more information, we will pass that along both on air and online at WTVR.com. But that is the latest from here in Caroline County. Jerrita Patterson for CBS 6 News. Stephanie, back to you.
Tree snapped off there. And that's where it landed at over there.
Hanover County was one of the hardest hit areas following an active weather weekend across central Virginia.
It looked like a war zone, and at first you kind of hesitate. You're really afraid to look at the damage because we knew we had damage.
But as Thelma and Vern Sykes surveyed the devastation surrounding their home, what they found were trees snapped in half like matchsticks.
One was pulled up. We had two.
While other trees pierced through a side fence, nearly crushing this 500-gallon propane tank. Nearly 30 miles away, here in New Kent County, a similar situation playing out as large and massive trees have been ripped from its roots, leaving behind deep pockets of damage. The storm tore through a cluster of trees outside Paul Smith's home.
I knew it had blew something over because, you know, when I came out of the house, I could see open space where trees were supposed to be.
Smith says he was actually making his way back inside his house when the first signs of the storm appeared.
I was in the car, but I couldn't even see. You could hardly see anything. It was almost instantaneous. Leaving behind a trail of damage in its wake, in addition to trees being knocked down. I wasn't expecting it to be blown over.
The power was knocked out.
We've got a generator that's taking care of the basic things. It just starts when the storm passes. Matter of fact, me and those steel will get to work tomorrow on it. Steel chainsaw.
Jerrita Patterson, CBS 6 News. Just outside this Chesterfield house, illuminated by Christmas lights, crime scene tape now surrounds the home.
Being this close to something like that is scary.
Early Thursday morning, forensic units were collecting and removing evidence from inside the Ronaldton Road house after police say a domestic dispute turned deadly. A disturbance one neighbor recalls hearing play out the exact moment it happened.
About 10:17 last night, I was sitting there looking at TV and all of a sudden it was a pop. Pop, 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 pop. I said, oh my goodness.
This neighbor, who does not want to be identified, lives behind the house where the shooting took place.
And I heard somebody screaming and hollering. I said, Betty, somebody just got shot.
Police say that somebody is 32-year-old Brian Lewis Long, and the accused trigger man is this man, 20-year-old Jamisha Rashad Smith.
His aunt said he was paranoid schizophrenic, and he might have just snapped.
Detectives say Smith and Long are unrelated but live together inside the home. Shortly after the shooting, Smith went on the run, leading police on a chase, one this neighbor found himself in the midst of.
When I turned around to go home, they said, hold it, right there. I threw my hands up in the air. I'm not moving. That's when three guys come in full gear.
Thank you so much for watching. Of course, the news continues on WTVR.com. Have an amazing night.